guys, my name is Sasha. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about my top 5 books that I read before I started Booktube. Now these have no order whatsoever. I just wanted to talk about books that I don't really talk about a lot on my channel, and I think it's because I did read them over 2 years ago because I started this at the start of 2018, and these are books that I read in like 2016, 2017 because that's when I really got back into reading. So the first book, or really trilogy, that I want to talk about is The Foxhole Court. I love this book. I read them on ebook. Nora Sakovic is the author of this book. The lovely, I think her channel name is Fairy Drugs. She was raving about this book so much. So I want to check them out, and I love them with all of my heart. I think they are really good reads. They are contemporary, which is really weird because I didn't like contemporaries back then. I love all 3 books. Trigger warning for rape for the second book though. That was really like, woo, scene for me. But overall, I love these books so much, and I think everyone should read them. The next book I want to talk about is The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertelli. This is probably my favorite book of hers. This is the second book. Well, it's not really a sequel, but it's like a standalone in the Simon universe, and it focuses on a fat main character. And what happens is she's like 16 or 17, and she has like a billion crushes. She's had like 12 or 15 crushes in her whole life, but she's never told the guys about these crushes, and that's why it's like unrequited love. And that was me. In high school, I had all these crushes, but I never said anything to anyone because I was more than happy to just like look from afar. And I love this book. I just felt a lot of myself in this book. This book has tons of diversity too. She's got lesbian mothers, which is amazing, and then her sister is also bisexual, or she's pan, or maybe her sister's a lesbian too. Also, her parents, I believe, are mixed race, and it was just awesome. I loved it, and I loved how the main character, she had like these 2 different guys, but it wasn't really a love triangle sort of thing happening. It was just, and I love this book so much. And I would show you my copy of it, but I lent it to my sister and she dropped it in the bath. So I'm still waiting for another copy from her. The next book I want to talk about is the Fiber Trilogy. So 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. I love this book. I think I've only went into this book because I know there was like Russian elements to it, because one of the places she goes to, she's pretty much Anastasia. So this book is like alternate dimensions. Like she can jump into her body in alternate dimensions, and I loved it. I just love that sort of like sci-fi aspect to books. This was probably one of the first books I think I read when I just got into Bookstagram, and it was beautiful. This photo, actually, this book was the first photo I ever posted on my Bookstagram back in 2016. I just love that it's got me to here today, where I am from back then. And when I finished this series, I felt like I had a hole in my heart because I just missed both Margaret and Theo and Paul. Oh, Paul. I love this series so much, and I'm pretty sure everyone loves the series. Like, I bought it for the cover. I read it because the amazingness between. So I love it for the cover. Like, the cover is definitely what is in the inside. Beautiful cover, beautiful inside. It's just amazing. The next book on this list is The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. This was the first book I read from Morgan Matson, and I fell in love. I loved how big it was for a contemporary. It's like over 500 pages. I love the dog walking. I love the love interest, and I love the friendship. The best thing I love about this book though, so they're in a friendship group, but then 2 of the girls actually have a falling out, and I love that they never reconciled. Because in real life, yeah, friendships fall out and sometimes get back together, but sometimes you don't. And I loved seeing that in books because, you know, like, not everything is going to be a happy ending. And it was just awesome to see that in book form. Reading this book made me want to go back into high school and have my teen summers back, because I did not do as much as she did, and I just wanted like a redo on all my teen summers. Even though I can't do that now, like I still try. Like, being an adult, you don't really have summer because you work through the summer, and now that I have a child too, it's amazing, but in a different way. But going back and reading these books, I love feeling like a teenager again and going out and having a good time in the summer. And then the last book, well, more like series for this top 5 is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. Really, the whole Lunar Chronicles is just amazing. I really want to reread these books because I just miss this world and I miss all of the sci-fi. I love these because these are a sci-fi retelling of fairy tales, which is awesome. So you got Cinder, who is also like a cyborg. And then the next books are Scarlet, which is about Red Riding Hood. And you've also got Rapunzel in there. And you also have Snow White. And Snow White is actually black, which I loved that too. And just, I love these books. I loved Winter, the final book, because it just tied everything together amazingly. If you're having second thoughts about picking up this book, this is me telling you need to pick up this book because you'll love the rest of the series, and then you'll love me for telling you to pick up this book. So those are my top 5 books that I loved before I started Booktube. Let me know down below what your top 5 books that you read a couple years ago. I loved all of them with all my heart, and I really wish that I could reread them, but I've got so many books behind me I need to read first. So yeah. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Add me on Goodreads at sashreads and on Bookstagram at sashreads as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye.